The convicted serial killer sentenced to be executed in Idaho today is alive tonight. We have a crew in Boise with why the execution failed and what happens next in the case of Thomas Creech.
Winds are picking up around the region, and there's a wind advisory in effect. I'll let you know how strong the winds will blow where you live and tell you more about more rainy weather in the first alert forecast.
And the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students back in court today. The timeline for the trial of Bryan Kohberger begins to take shape. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. And we begin with breaking news tonight and what happened inside the death chamber in...
It appears that he said, "I love you." This was after a couple of attempts at administering the IV.
2 big stories out of Idaho tonight. The execution of death row inmate fails, and we now know the murder trial for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students won't happen in 2024. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Derek Dice. Details on Bryan Kohberger's trial in just a couple of minutes, but we begin with the failed execution of Thomas Creech. He was sentenced to die by lethal injection, but those assigned to administer the lethal fluids were not able to insert the needle into his veins.
At 10:58, that's when the execution was halted. That's when it was announced. They couldn't find, they weren't able to have any successful attempts. So that's when it was halted.
Our Jordan Smith is live in Boise tonight with what happened. Jordan?
Yeah, 73-year-old Thomas Creech was minutes away from lethal injection. He was strapped down in the death chamber. Everything was moving along schedule as it was planned. But medical professionals failed to administer an IV 8 separate times into Creech, prompting the state to step in and halt the execution.
At 10 a.m. this morning, serial killer Thomas Creech looked to be in his final moments.
Mr. Creech came into the room. He looked back at his witness room and his eyes started to fill with tears.
Creech waving several times to his family, mouthing a message to the witness room.
I could not hear what Mr. Creech said, but based on his lips moving, it looked like he said, "I'm sorry."
A medical team then tried to administer an IV into Creech, a task that was failed 8 consecutive times in a row. As a result, a lethal injection could not be administered, and the 73-year-old's execution was stopped.
And when it became clear that that wasn't going to be successful, that's when the execution was halted.
The state calling off the lethal injection 45 minutes into the procedure.
It wasn't a difficult decision. It was the right decision to halt any future attempts at trying to establish IV access. Let's call it, and we'll discuss next steps after that.
The state will now let Creech's death warrant expire. Idaho's longest-serving death row inmate back in his cell, living to see another day.
And Derek, that death warrant expires at 11:59 p.m. tonight. And this is the state's first failed execution. There's not a lot of precedent as to what or how the state will proceed moving forward. But we did ask the state what their next steps are. They say that those discussions will be taking place in the next couple of days. But if the state decides they want to pursue an execution moving forward, they'll have to acquire more chemicals needed for a lethal injection. Reporting live in Boise tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right. Jordan, thank you. This afternoon, Idaho Governor Brad Little released a statement saying the competent and qualified medical professionals present and IDOC officials were cautious and did the right thing in not moving forward with the execution. My office will remain in close communication with IDOC about next steps. And about 2 hours ago, Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador also released a statement saying today is a sad day for the families of his victims and a continuation of the pain they've endured for almost 5 decades. Our duty is to seek justice for the many families and the many victims and their families who experienced the brutality and senselessness of his actions. In the case of the 4 murdered University of Idaho students, the trial of Bryan Kohberger will not happen for at least another year. Our Hunter Bertram is in studio with what happened in court today.
Today, the loved ones of the victims found out that they will not go to trial until at least March of 2025, with both the prosecution and defense attorneys having agreed to this timeline. Kohberger is accused of killing Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin in an off-campus home in November of 2022. At the hearing held on Wednesday, both parties presented their arguments regarding the scheduling of a reasonable trial date. The prosecutor suggested setting the trial date in early March of 2025, whereas Kohberger's defense team voiced that they would not be prepared by then. Defense attorney Ann Taylor argued that this case is highly complex, and she and her team would need more time to go through the evidence and construct a defense strategy for Kohberger.
So not only do we have a huge volume of information, the way I get it is completely disorganized, and it's like if you wanted to play 52 card pickup with 100,000 decks of cards and throw them in the air, and I have to go figure out how to put them together. And by the way, the backs of every one of those cards look the same.
Taylor proposed a potential trial date for the summer of 2025. Also discussed during the hearing is the scheduling of a hearing to address Kohberger's motion for a change of venue. Kohberger's defense believes that a fair trial cannot occur in Latah County. However, prosecuting attorney Bill Thompson challenged their reasoning.
Everybody can agree there's been massive publicity, not just in Latah County, but I see more about it in Boise, or hear about it from other parts of the state and what we're seeing locally.
Judge John Judge has recommended an early May hearing for the defense motion to change the venue. The defense team's plans to file supporting documents for the motion in April, giving the state until May to respond. Both parties agreed to this timeline, stating it provides enough time to prepare their arguments and evidence for the hearing. Following that May hearing, they expect to have a trial date set. For now, following Wednesday's hearing, the trial will not begin for at least 2 years after the murders. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Hunter, thanks. The last day to lace up your skates in Riverfront Park is this Sunday. You can glide across the Numerica skate ribbon ice one last time before it starts melting away, and the ribbon gets ready for roller skates and scooters in the spring. And even after last night's snow, it feels a little bit spring-like today, I guess, with the rain and that 40-some degree weather.
Yes, and probably puddling on that ice with this heavy rain and gusty winds. Not the best weather to be outside doing anything. Here's a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. You could tell it's raining. Looking at the State B crowd there, I apologize, not the best weather to welcome you to Spokane, but welcome nonetheless. Here's a look at some of the winds around the region. Actually, a little bit of a lull in Spokane. 13-mile-per-hour sustained. The gusts, we've had gusts at 28, almost 30 miles per hour, but they will be picking up. Right now, the strongest winds in Pullman, with gusts to 26 miles per hour. We have a wind advisory until 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday for this area shaded in tan. It is a high wind warning for Nez Perce, Lewis, and this little sliver of Clearwater County. Looking for gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Those strongest gusts are going to be in parts of the northern Columbia Basin. Once you get over into Spokane, we're looking at 50-mile-per-hour gusts at the most. Here's a look at our forecast wind gusts. They'll be peaking in the overnight. Here's 3 a.m. with a 51-mile-per-hour gust at Grand Coulee, in the near 40-mile-per-hour range around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 35-mile-per-hour gusts in Pullman. They'll be at the strongest in North Idaho in the early morning, and then the winds will begin dying down as we go through the day. It's still going to be a breezy day, but we'll be out of the more dangerous wind gusts in that 45 to 55-mile-per-hour gust. Tree limbs down, as well as some isolated power outages. Have to get up into the 55-plus range to see more widespread damage. Meanwhile, this evening, expect steady rain and steady temperatures. We're going to be holding at that 44-degree range, and then we'll start to dip as the cold front comes through. I'll let you know what to expect for Thursday and beyond, and it does involve some snow in the 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Deepfake images and the harm they can cause have been growing exponentially over the last few years. Why a 9th grader from Issaquah is joining the fight to get state protections passed. And Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is stepping down, the work he says he's proud of, and what's next for him.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed! Classic roast beef and crispy fish. Just 2 for $6. If Arby's wasn't already at Arby's, it'd be on its way to Arby's right now. Arby's, we have the meat.
I've always been drawn to artists like this.
Yeah, me too. This used to be one of my favorites when I was younger.
You're me.
Yeah, after you quit the firm and follow your passion.
Where do you find the time?
After work, studying with others who are looking for more.
Continue your education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
So here it is, Northern Quest's best car ever.
Shotgun.
Anton already called it.
You can play a game of pig for it.
It's your funeral. Fine, but we're playing hippopotamus.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz, only at Northern Quest.
Another great project in the books. The 4 News Now Extreme team, along with Horizon Credit Union, the volunteers, have transformed Women Helping Women's Fund's new office spaces. We couldn't thank them enough. So many volunteers, again, a lot of them, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Arby's brown sugar bacon. You always know just what to say. Arby's, we have the meat.
Next ET.
I'm Holly Madison.
And I'm Bridget Marcourt.
And we are spilling the ET.
Why these girls next door will never return to reality TV.
Absolutely not.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Here's to Good Mornings in America.
Can you feel the love?
Mornings that inspire.
This is crazy.
Start your day with Good Morning America's Ray of Sunshine.
Wow.
Because
you know what will make the morning better? A little ray of sunshine.
Welcome back. Deepfake images and the harm they can cause have been growing exponentially over the last few years. And sometimes it's kids who get hit the hardest. Under current Washington state law, if someone's image is used to make pornographic content without their consent, there's nothing they can do. That's why last month, a 9th grader from Issaquah High School testified to support a bill that would change that. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis reports.
My name is Caroline Mullet, and I'm a 9th grader at Issaquah High School.
Despite being the daughter of Washington State Senator Mark Mullet, this was Caroline's first time in front of her state legislature.
At our homecoming dance last year, a member of our class took pictures of my female friends and then posted them online using AI. He used AI to show my friends' faces, but then filtered their bodies to make them appear nude.
Caroline's friends had become victims of deepfakes, manipulated photos, videos, or audio created using artificial intelligence that appear real. Over the last year, as AI has become more accessible, deepfakes have become more prevalent, with targets ranging from political figures to celebrities like Taylor Swift to high schoolers. This week, reports of students creating and sharing nude AI-generated pictures of other students at a Beverly Hills middle school has led to a police investigation.
So it used to be you needed hundreds and thousands of images. Now you need a single image of somebody, and that's been about in the last year. There is zero barrier to entry now. So you don't need skill, you don't need money, you don't need time, and you don't need effort.
And under the current Washington state law, if someone's image is used to make pornographic content without their consent, there's no legal recourse. Which is why last month, 15-year-old Caroline felt compelled to testify on behalf of her friends to support a bill that will change that.
I'm just glad that now it might become a law, so it will ensure that things like this won't happen again and that these photos won't have to be spread anymore.
We just want it to be clear to high school students that that's not just a joke. These are real feelings that are being hurt, and there's going to be real consequences.
At least 10 states have criminal laws against this type of media manipulation. And recently, the federal government introduced a bill that, if passed, would become the first national law to protect victims of deepfakes.
My perspective in the state Senate in Washington is you do it on the state level, and when enough states do it, a lot of times that leads to something happening at the federal level.
Every innovation has found a way to be weaponized, but the difference today is the speed and the scale with which that weaponization can happen. First of all, the generative AI and the AI space is moving at a speed that we have not seen before. But also the harm is not contained. It is on the internet for millions and millions to see. So the scale and the speed of what we are talking about is very different than what we've seen historically.
Again, that was Rebecca Jarvis reporting. A Spokane Valley 18-year-old just received a $2 million settlement from the Central Valley School District. Isaiah was a 14-year-old freshman when University High School assigned him a paraeducator. Within weeks, that 33-year-old woman who was supposed to help him got him hooked on drugs and engaged in a sexual relationship with him.
She would bring me snacks and bring me weed, like edibles, at school and pass them under the table. She brought me like a Xanax and passed me that under the table. She was grooming me at school. Like, she would always touch my leg, rubbing my thigh.
Gator was arrested and charged. Isaiah dropped out of school. The Central Valley School District just settled with Isaiah, but that settlement can't repair the harm caused. Isaiah told the story exclusively to our Robin Nance. We'll bring it to you tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6. Well, today, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announced he'll step down as the chamber's Republican leader in November, although he will continue to serve in the Senate. McConnell turned 82 last week. The Kentucky Republican is the longest-serving party leader in the Senate. He said he has total clarity and peace about stepping down and believes he's helped preserve the ideals he believes in, adding his decision came following the tragic death of his wife Elaine Chow's youngest sister Angela in a traffic accident this month. The Supreme Court is hearing a case on whether to keep or overturn a ban on bump stocks. Those are the devices added to semi-automatic rifles to essentially allow them to be fired more rapidly. Semi-automatic rifles equipped with bump stocks were used to kill 60 people and hurt over 400 others in the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history when a gunman shot from a Las Vegas hotel window onto a concert audience in 2017. A year later, President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning bump stocks. Now, the Supreme Court justices will take into consideration the legal definition of a machine gun. Their decision in the case is expected by the end of June.
Wet and windy weather for Thursday. The strongest winds will be in the morning and then they will die down, but it's going to remain breezy and rainy through the afternoon. Things will start to taper off a little bit in the late afternoon and evening, but then we may see some snow mixing in with the rain. I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
Tempur-Pedic designed the Ergo Pro Smart Base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive Soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
So what do
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Welcome back. The city of Spokane is working to keep the Monroe Street Bridge cleaner and safer. The bridge is one of Spokane's historic landmarks, but it's also a popular spot for graffiti and illegal drug activity. So the city is now considering possible options to fix this problem. Our Peter Choi explains those options tonight.
Yeah, Derek, the problem with dealing with graffiti right now is that the vandalism is constantly coming back and just as quickly as it is removed. The city says painting over the bridge with anti-graffiti coating would make it much easier to clean up the eyesore. Now, the plan is once the weather gets warmer and drier, the city says contractors will start the process. So the city is also looking at areas around a Place of Truth Plaza and wants to coat that area too. The city also mentioned that many people are also dealing with ongoing crimes happening on the bridge, and installing lighting and security cameras are two ideas that are now on the table. The city also wants to change the sitting areas on the middle of the bridge so that people don't hang out for long periods of time. There's no specific timeline of when this painting will start, but the city says it could start as early as April. We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. In studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
All right, Peter, thank you. Now let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker for your first alert forecast.
Well, here are 4 things to know about your weather. We have gusty winds overnight. Those winds are going to be picking up this evening. Rain is going to continue overnight and through Thursday with the possibility of snow showers Friday. More likely, we'll see some light snow Saturday into Sunday, but accumulations in the valley should be fairly light. Right now, we have rain in progress through the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. The heavier precipitation on the Washington side of the border, where those darker yellows and oranges indicating the heavier precipitation. Here's a broader view over the past few hours, and our snow level is increasing fairly high, up to around 4,000 feet. But then it will start to drop again as we get into tomorrow morning. We will continue to see this steady precipitation through the night. In fact, here's a look at our forecast radar starting off at 7 o'clock with that rain in progress around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We do have a cold front that is going to be moving through in the early morning hours. That's what's picking up our winds. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow. Still keeping that rain going as the front comes through, but we're starting to see a little more snow on the other side of the front. We'll also see the steadier precipitation tapering off to more showery weather. Here we go through the noon hour, finally Thursday evening. All the precipitation turning over to snow, but becoming much more hit and miss and definitely favoring the mountain areas. A little bit of snow here and there through Thursday night and into Friday morning. And then we have the possibility of more hit and miss snow showers through the day on Friday with a little bit better chance on Saturday. A lot of wet weather coming through over the next few days. The only alert we have right now is a winter storm warning in addition to the wind advisory. That goes until 4 o'clock Thursday for the mountains, essentially above 4,000 feet. We're still seeing some snow, but these numbers, although will definitely cause some problems on your drive, are a big decrease from the heavier snow that we saw earlier today. Here is your planning forecast. Tomorrow is Leap Day, the 29th of February. 44 for a high. We'll hit that number just after midnight, and then we'll see that number dropping through the day. It's going to be a windy day, possibly some rain-snow mix on Friday. 38 on Saturday with snow, and at least a chance of snow through Monday, a chance of precipitation every day through the 7-day forecast. I have some Wildlife Wednesday photos in the next half hour, Derek.
All right, we'll look forward to that. If you're looking to escape to warmer weather this spring break, prepare to pay more to check your bags. JetBlue, American, and United are just a few of the airlines that are raising their fees. For some airlines, they're in the $35 to $40 range. That means big bucks for airlines. Airlines. In 2022, passengers paid about $6.8 billion in baggage fees. Travel pros say families are hit especially hard since they tend to need a lot of luggage. So what are some solutions? Look for airlines that don't charge luggage fees like Southwest. You can also try combining bags with your travel buddies to cut down on costs, or use packing cubes and other creative solutions to maximize your use of suitcase space. Well, a Spokane Elementary School guidance counselor was surprised with a special honor. We see the moment she was moved to tears. And it's crunch time for college students and their parents, why applying for financial aid could be a little less painful this year. Coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Mississauga Casino Hotel.
Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Willie Nelson and family.
On the road again.
Bob Dylan. John Mellencamp.
I was born in a small town.
And more. Friday, August 9th. One Spokane Stadium for the 2024 Outlaw Music Festival. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at ticketswest.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
Just roll me up and smoke me when I...
Produced by Live Nation.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Mississauga Casino Hotel.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
This morning, a Stevens Elementary School guidance counselor was surprised with a special honor. Fondra McGee was named Washington State School Counselor of the Year. Students and staff at Stevens cheered on Mrs. McGee during a Zoom meeting where the achievement was revealed to her and her family. Mrs. McGee was moved to tears and voiced her gratitude for her family, her coworkers at Stevens, and of course, her awesome students.
She has such a profound heart for our kids and our school community, and every extra ounce of who she is as a human, she puts into this job, right? And that's felt, and that just resonates throughout the building.
Next week, Mrs. McGee will be honored in Seattle at the Washington School Counselor Association Conference. Pretty cool. Well, it's crunch time for college students and their parents. Applying for state and federal aid can be stressful and discouraging, but the College Success Foundation says with the right resources, it doesn't have to be this way. Washington State historically ranks very low for FAFSA completion. This year, a brand new version of the form should make life easier for families. Fewer documents are needed because tax information is collected from your 2022 tax details. The College Success Foundation can help you every step of the way.
There is no such thing as a dumb question. Everybody is at a different level when completing the FAFSA, and so it could be completely new to you. It could be something you've done for a while, and the changes have made you question how to do the FAFSA form. We're here to help out with that.
The College Success Foundation is partnering with different community resources to walk you through every step of these forms in person. For more details on how you can attend, you can go to our website, KXLY.com. All right, coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30, a new cannabis company created specifically with older women in mind. And a nasty surprise for some employees on the South Hill who had their cars towed without warning. Why, for one woman, having her car towed was financially devastating.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Through early learning and other programs matched to the needs of families, Community-Minded Enterprises helps overcome barriers.
We have 3 locations. We create high-quality educational opportunities for our children to thrive in our classrooms. We have mental health consultants that come into our classrooms and work with our teachers one-on-one. We are dedicated to enhancing our community to get our children ready for kindergarten and beyond.
Numerica Cares for Kids is honored to donate $1,000 to support community-minded enterprises. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss...
Right, but you can call me Miranda.
You're... me.
Yeah, if you take the next step.
How?
Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Explore elementary education, online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
The woman who says she was swindled out of $70,000 by a guy she met on a dating site. Next, Inside Edition. She says she was taken by his handsome looks. But what she says happened next will have you asking, what was she thinking?
He exploited me.
Then, it's being sold across the USA.
It has the potential to destroy anybody.
Why some are calling it gas station heroin. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, sheriff's deputies are now searching for this woman, 37-year-old Adriana Nunez Gutierrez. Deputies say she was last seen at her house in Chelan on February 15th. No one's heard from her since about 2 a.m. on February 16th. Nunez Gutierrez has been missing for almost 2 weeks now. The sheriff's office has not said whether she may be in danger or at risk due to a health condition. Anyone with tips is asked to call the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. A few employees who work at the Pita Pit Strip Mall on the South Hill are now facing financial troubles after they say their cars were towed without warning. This all happened yesterday afternoon. Marissa Rio was live near 29th and Regal with why a few people say there's miscommunication between 2 property owners.
That's right, Derek. There's a yellow line where I am standing that marks where the Pita Pit Strip property ends. The vacant lot beyond this line belongs to Douglas Properties, according to the Spokane County Assessor's Office. Now, these employees have parked in this vacant lot for years, and they say they've never had any other issues. There are no clear signs other than this yellow marking to distinguish that these are 2 separate lots. I even saw a few customers parked in the vacant lot earlier today. Now, employees say they tried to reason with the tow company yesterday, but they had no luck.
And that vehicle is literally my livelihood. Without that, I have nothing.
An employee who had her car towed says she is devastated by what this is costing her. The manager at Pita Pit says he quickly tried to warn the other businesses when the tow trucks arrived. One woman ran outside to try and save her car, but she was just minutes too late.
The way we were treated by the tow truck company was really disgusting. Begging, reasoning, there was no offer of a drop fee, there was no nothing, zero compassion, zero heart.
One employee says he has parked there for years without any issues.
I just advised if there was any form of like drop fee or if they could just not tow my car in general. But altogether, they've refused everything. They've refused to communicate with us, and it cost me about $500 and something later.
And while there are Evergreen State towing signs in the lot, a few employees say they were told to park there by management. As a widowed mother of 3, Nikki says she had to pay over $600 to get her car released, a price her family cannot afford.
That's a month of groceries. That is a month of gas, driving back and forth. That is keeping a roof over my children's head.
Some employees in the Strip said they knew this was a separate lot, but wish there was better communication between both property owners so everyone would be made aware. It is unclear why Douglas Properties chose Tuesday to have the cars towed. I have reached out to Douglas Properties, the person listed as the owner of this property, and Evergreen State Towing, but have not heard back from any of them. It's important to note that it is not illegal for private property owners to pay a towing company to remove cars that are considered to be trespassing in the state of Washington. Reporting live in South Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Live look over to the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena this evening, full of State B fans. And I apologize that it's not more pleasant weather to be in downtown Spokane tonight. Gusty winds overnight. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Rain through Thursday, snow showers possible on Friday, more snow, light snow accumulations this weekend, heavier snow, of course, in the mountain areas. We have a wind advisory until 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. The stronger gusts are going to be found in the Columbia Basin up through the Okanagan Valley. Spokane, you may be closer to 50-mile-per-hour gusts. Once we're down into Nez Perce, Lewis, and parts of Clearwater County, it is a high wind warning. Once we're in that 50 to 55-mile-per-hour range, tree limbs can fall and isolated power outages. You have to get quite a bit higher to get into uprooted trees and more widespread power outages. But it is going to be an unpleasant start to the day tomorrow, and really throughout the day it's going to be rainy. Temperatures will be dropping through the day once our cold front comes through, and may see that rain turn over to snow tomorrow evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes. Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks. An increasing number of middle-aged women are using cannabis to treat menopause symptoms like mood swings and sleeping problems. A Minneapolis entrepreneur is jumping on the increased popularity of cannabis to create a product specifically with women in mind. Kirsten Mitchell has the story.
Here you go, drink away. Menopause. Hot flashes. Cold flashes are actually a thing. It's something most women experience, but often battle alone. We just need more options. That's why Crystal Brown turned to cannabis and discovered Jane.
As we get older, we have all of these issues that are, harder to deal with.
Michelle Courtwright's products contain low doses of THC and CBD, each formulated with different cannabinoids to tackle each need.
They're droplets, and they go under your tongue, and you hold them there for about 30 seconds under your tongue, and you feel the effects in about 20 minutes.
The purse-sized products cover a range from pain, sleep, and menopause to cancer, something near to Michelle's heart.
In 2017, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and went through that. The medication to help with the nausea from the chemo was actually making me more sick.
She found relief with cannabis.
It really helped. I mean, it was one of the only things that worked.
Now she aims to inform and empower other women.
At first, I must say I was a little reluctant because I was like, oh, I don't want to be all wasted and stoned, right?
But that wasn't the case.
Just felt super relaxed and calm. When you're in menopause, you get a little agitated all the time.
While there's still a lack of menopause research, these women say it's been life-changing.
What I'm hoping with microdosing cannabis is that women learn that it's in their hands. It can be very, very low dose and very controllable, and that's what I want to get the word out about.
And whether it's smoking, vaping, or eating, any use of marijuana has been linked to a higher risk of heart attack and stroke. According to a new study analyzing 430,000 adults from 2016 through 2020, daily users of marijuana had a 42% higher risk of stroke and a 25% higher risk of heart attack. Other users also had an increased risk, but it wasn't as high. Of the people who reported using marijuana, a majority of them said smoking was their most common form of consumption. The American Heart Association advises people not to smoke or vape any substance because of potential harm to the heart, lungs, and blood vessels. Well, coming up, Spokane Valley's police force is about to get bigger. How many officers are being added to the department? And perfectionism can have a dangerous impact on a child's mental health. How to help your kids develop healthy ideas about failure and success.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor & Home.
Fishing trip hit a snag. Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Pathfinder.
In 2020, we did something so drastic, we had to wait 4 years to try it again. It's the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row, and everything is on sale. Shop today and find amazing deals on sofas and sectionals, deep discounts on dining sets, tables, and chairs, incredible bargains on king, queen, and kids' bedroom sets, and supercharge your sleep life with a new mattress. Plus, score no interest financing until 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But hurry, the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career. But what you don't know is I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Scheduled today in North Idaho Urology.
Tonight, the push to protect IVF nationwide.
It will only get worse.
Plus, the countdown to a partial shutdown. Can lawmakers agree on a deal? More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on television.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor & Home.
Welcome back. Spokane Valley's police force is about to get a bit bigger. Last night, the city council unanimously approved the addition of at least 10 new patrol officers. While this is good news for public safety, city projects could now take longer to finish. Bronte Saratsky explains why.
The city of Spokane Valley keeps growing, and as it gets bigger in size, its police department says it also needs to grow to keep up.
We're one of the fastest growing cities in the state of Washington, and we hadn't added officers for many years.
Now, Spokane Valley's City Council has paved the way for 10 brand new officers, plus an internal affairs lieutenant and a civilian analyst to join, bringing the amount of uniformed officers from 91 to 101.
It is a big increase.
Spokane Valley's population has boomed, while its police force's size remained the same. This population boom brought new issues. A recent study shows the department needs at least 29 new officers.
Which are behavioral health, mental health, homelessness-related calls. A lot of those calls require officers to spend a significant amount of time and resources, so it can take our response times, and those can go up.
The police department and city officials hope these new officers can address these problems.
10 officers can make a big difference if you divide them out through patrols and through shifts.
These new officers are funded by existing city funds from its new car tab fees. Their addition would impact some road maintenance projects, and some will be deferred until next year.
The staff looked at how we could fund those things without being too much of a catch-up for some other type of funding like the roads.
As for a timeline, it can take anywhere from 4 months to a year for a new officer to join, depending on experience. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
All right, Chris Crocker joins us here. Once again, we've been dealing with a lot of that rain, a lot of that wind, but it's Wednesday, so we got to start with some wildlife.
Yeah, we'll take a wildlife break, and then I'll get back to the rainy, windy weather. Here's a look. Starting off, what a treat, a bobcat, thanks to Mark Vogt, hanging out there in North Idaho. Almost looks like a Maine Coon. I would let this cat in, but sitting on the snow and looks like making dead eye contact with Mark. Great photo there, a little bit of sun there as well. Now this is a special photo from Gavin Rawls. You may recognize the last name. His grandpa, Jerry, sends us pictures every week, but Gavin goes out with his granddad to take pictures every once in a while and sends them in, and he found these gorgeous redhead ducks in a pond in North Spokane. Thank you, Gavin. Gavin is a junior at North Central High School, and we always like hearing from him. Mark Inman shared this photo of a cow moose at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge. Mark said that he would not make she would not make eye contact with Mark, and then at the very end just gave him a quick glance. And I think she's probably used to getting her photo taken. I love this photo from Steve Fighter of some bald eagles having a conversation at Suncrest, and I think the smaller of the two birds there is the male. And I don't know what he's complaining about, but she doesn't seem to be too impressed. And from Courtney Litwin, beautiful coyote on the run. Started with cats, ended with dogs, and a whole lot of birds in the middle. It is an unpleasant night to be wildlife. Hopefully everybody's found a place to stay dry, because we do have the rain continuing across the region. Have to go up into the mountains to find the snow, but right now that snow level is quite high, up around 4,000 feet. It will begin dropping as a cold front comes through tomorrow morning, and that's what's picking up our winds. But right now on our radar, that precipitation is steady and will continue to be steady as we go into the overnight and stay as rain through the overnight. Once that cold front comes through, here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll start to see a transition to some snow showers, but we'll also see the steadier precipitation taper off in the valleys, with more mountain snow showers through the overnight Thursday and into Friday. We may get a little bit of snow down in the valleys as well. Winds will be dying down. The peak winds will happen in the overnight, even though our wind advisory goes until 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to continue to be a breezy leap day, just not the wind advisory winds we're going to see overnight. Rain snow mix possible on Friday, and then a chance of snow through the weekend and into early next week. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, perfectionism can have a dangerous impact on a child's mental health and even on their future success. It's defined as a personality trait when a person sets unreasonably high standards and expectations for themselves. It's often coupled with intense self-criticism. Psychotherapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says children and teens need to hear that nobody is perfect and there's no expectation for them to be either.
So if we make a mistake, we can't be overly critical and beating ourselves up. We need to respond with patience and compassion and teach them how to work through a mistake.
Parents can also help by focusing on a child's effort, not the outcome. For example, instead of praising them for getting all A's on a report card, tell them you're proud of how hard they've worked. Finally, Bomstein says parents need to talk about the difference between I failed and I am a failure. Help them see that failure is just a temporary moment in time and they can do better in the future. All right, Gonzaga Women's Hoops closes out the regular season tonight against Portland. The Zags are still looking to lock up a top 4 seed in the NCAA tourney, Julian.
Yeah, we dive into what's on the line for the Bulldogs and what to expect in tonight's matchup against the Pilots next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these? We like this.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis. Online at rnrrv.com.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. 38 specials, timeless blast of Southern rock hits. Live Thursday, April 18th. Damn straight. Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars, live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred Entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning. Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Well, the Gonzaga women's basketball team closes out the regular season against Portland tonight. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us in studio. And Julian, the Zags already won the regular season WC title tonight, but there's still a lot on the line for them.
Yeah, Gonzaga is still trying to lock up a top 4 seed for the NCAA tournament. And according to the latest ESPN projections, the Bulldogs are a 4 seed right now and would be hosting the first 2 rounds of the tournament if it started today. The Zags really can't afford to lose another one if they want to keep that reality. Now, the Bulldogs had no trouble with Portland in the first matchup back in early January. Gonzaga won that game by 21 points. Tonight is also the Bulldogs' last chance to sharpen things up before that WCC tournament. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock tonight from McCarthy Athletic Center. It's also senior night for the Zags. Remember, senior and leading scorer Yvonne Ejim, already she announced she would return for her final season next year. We'll have highlights of this one and post-game reaction tonight on Nightside. Washington State men's hoops returns home to take on USC tomorrow. The Cougars are looking to shake off the loss to Arizona State over the weekend. USC star-studded cast features Bronny James, the son of NBA superstar LeBron James, and former Coug DJ Rodman. Now, the Trojans have underachieved this season, but WSU head coach Kyle Smith says you still can't take them lightly.
Their speed and their playmaking ability of their perimeter is tremendous, and they're well coached. I mean, he's been in the tournament every year we've been here.
Tip-off for that one's at 7:30 on Thursday from Beasley Coliseum in Pullman. WSU is still fighting for a top 4 seed to potentially play in Spokane for the NCAA tournament. First day of the State B basketball tournament at the Spokane Arena. Oakdale taking on Neah Bay. Boys game, Oakdale brought the entire school district with them, and the band was playing well, too. Neah Bay was looking to quiet down the crowd. Micaiah Chambers kicks it outside as the Red Devils take the lead with the early 3, but Oakdale would respond. This one was back and forth for pretty much the entire first half as the 3 goes down for Oakdale. They trailed by 5 at halftime. Second half, it's the Chambers show. He takes over. Oakdale fights hard but falls short by a final score of 58-45. Toutle Lake and the Rainier girls went head-to-head on the other court at around the same time. Toutle Lake had the lead here in the second half, and it continued to build. Peyton Thayer, she's got a flamethrower from 3. But Rainier, they were playing catch-up pretty much after that the entire way. Haley Hansen inside, scores off the glass, but it wasn't enough as Toutle Lake advances after the 48-46 victory. We will have state tournament coverage throughout the week right here on 4 News Now. And remember, stay tuned tonight for those Gonzaga women's basketball highlights as they close out the regular season. That wraps up for sports.
All right, Julian, thank you. Well, soccer is the most popular sport in the world, but there are risks to one major component of the game, heading the ball. The more you hit it with your head, the more likely you may be to have brain changes, according to a new study. Researchers at the University of Columbia used a special MRI scan to look at the brains of 148 players over 2 years. They found the more headers the players did, the more their brains looked like those of patients with mild traumatic brain injuries. The researchers also looked at 353 adult soccer players and found they did worse on memory tests. Well, as we head into another break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Mississauga Casino Hotel.
Our region benefits abundantly from the Inland Northwest Wildlife Council. They promote programs for wildfire and wildlife rehabilitation and early hunters education and safety programs for youngsters. The Bighorn Outdoor Adventure Show is the largest fundraiser for the Wildlife Council. We encourage you to support these programs by attending the show March 14th through the 17th at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Tickets are available online at the door. You can enter to win them by going to the contest page at KXOY.com.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at waggrant.org. That's WAGrant.org.
Hey Ben, the thermostat's acting up. You work for Bill's Heating and Air. You know how to fix this, right? I just do their commercials. Ben, the AC's broken. Come on, you work for Bill's. You must know something about this. Bro, I'm just their spokesperson. Dude, the furnace is so loud. You work for Bill's Heating. You can fix it, right? You do know I'm a basketball player, right?
Bill's Heating and AC is offering financing as low as 0% for 5 years. Call today.
For all your heating and cooling needs, leave it to the real professionals at Bill's.
See your favorite Paw Patrol characters live on stage in the all-new Paw Patrol Live. Heroes Unite. You and your kids will love this interactive adventure.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts this weekend only. Get tickets now at PawPatrolLive.com.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Mississauga Casino Hotel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Fence Company.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, we'll have highlights from the last home game of the regular season for the Gonzaga women's basketball team against Portland.
Wind advisory in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but the winds will be peaking in the overnight, probably around 2 to 3 a.m. with the strongest gusts in the upper Columbia Basin and the Waterville Plateau. But it's going to be windy in Spokane, too. Winds will die down tomorrow, but it's going to be a breezy and wet day. Temperatures will decrease throughout the day. May start to see some snow mixing in with the rain tomorrow late afternoon or early evening.
The rain is bothersome when you're out in it, but at least it's not snow down here at our level, right?
That's true, yet.
Yet, right. All right, thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6. We'll be back tonight at 11 for Nightside. We'll see you then.